Okay, I'm with the low-life, non-educated, bigot, redneck, whatever. Anyway, see this here? Fredericton man faces incarceration.
Incarceration.
I'm a frog, what the hell. For sexual assaulting underage girls. Okay, now, we both know this guy. If you have kids in the room, we're going to give you 10 seconds to tell them to walk away or wear headphones. There's going to be a lot of swearing in this one.
No, there isn't.
No?
Maybe on your behalf.
Maybe. What? Are you born again now?
No.
Oh, that's right. We're not talking about blacks or natives, so you should be all right.
The guy had a mental illness.
Okay. So, this guy, 20... Oh, we can say his name.
No, don't say his name. Don't use his name.
No?
I don't think you should.
Why not?
Because I put you down to the Irving media standard.
No, but I mean...
The point being is the guy has a mental illness. He's on medication.
He has...
He operates at...
Hold it.
He operates at the age of 13 or 14 years of age.
We both know this guy.
Yes.
He's
and
22.
I don't want to blister his name because I do know him.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mentioned his name in another video before I came here, but that's okay.
What you do is your choice. My choice is I don't want to blister anybody's name.
Okay.
He
This
did
guy
what he did. It
is
happened.
22 years old. He has a mental illness.
He has a mental illness, yes.
He has
Asperger's.
And he doesn't think the same way as we.
He operates at the age of 14 years old. So when he had sex with these girls that was 13, 14 years old, he was just, it is what it is. And the thing is, what I'm going to tell you is this. Giving him prison time is not going to change what happened.
That's why I'm here.
What jail time and prison time does for someone young like that, it just helps them to get along. That way, the next time they do it, they'll be able to get away with it.
And they adjust to the jail system.
Exactly, they adjust to the criminal whatever. So, I mean, I read it. The Crown prosecutors asking for 22 months or something like that.
2.5 years.
Right, 2.5 years. 28 months. Or no, it's even more than that. It's 30 months, isn't it?
2.5 years.
Yes, 30 months. So, there's nothing good coming out of that.
Absolutely nothing.
Because they're going to put him in prison if the judge agrees with the terms, and he's just going to be a better criminal when he gets out. I'm not saying he's going to do the same thing. He may decide he's going to do B&Es. He may decide he's going to rob old people coming out of the bank, steal purses. I don't know. What I'm saying is nothing good comes out of it. What he needs is a place to go where he can get help.
Okay, look. Now, what pisses me off, this guy has a clean record.
Yep.
He recommended the prosecutor. I'll even say his name. Fuck.
No, don't say his name, Charles.
What? I mean the prosecutor?
Oh, the prosecutor's name? Sure.
Yeah, Christopher Lavine, which I had some dealing with. But anyway, he recommended a 12-month term.
For the first offense and 18 months for the second.
Okay, total of 2.5 years in prison. Both charged, oh look at this, both charged were summary counts of sexual assault.
Yes.
Hold it, so that means he had no right to a lawyer. Did I remember correct? I just saw this. Fuck. Did I just saw that he was denied legal aid?
No, he wasn't denied legal aid. He applied for legal aid and was accepted for it. Due to everybody knows that it's a sexual offense and they're going to go to jail. I don't care who you are, what you are. You can
Why they put summary counts of sexual assault?
Because it's summary.
And a summary means you're not going to go to jail. It's not an indictable offense. It's a summary. What the fuck? 2 counts of sexual assault. That's another issue. Okay, save these papers. Fuck. It was noted 18 months was the maximum sentence allowed under law for one of them.
Yes.
Okay, so it could have been 36.
But the reason they're going so hard on him is the fact of the timeline.
He has a mental illness?
No. It's the fact that he was charged for 1 count.
Yeah.
And before he even got into court for that one count,
He did another one.
a second girl came forth. And that's why they're being so hard on him.
Okay, now, this is the part that really...
This is almost like breaching an undertaking.
Yeah, we know...
Because he was out on an undertaking, and then he was out on it, he basically had sex with another one, and that's why they're being so strict on him.
Okay, now this is where really got me going. I was really upset. You should have seen me. I said, what the fuck? The prosecutor also asked the court to impose a lifetime sex offender registration order, an order requiring DNA sample for inclusion in a criminal database, and an order barring Peterson from going to public places where children can be expected to be present. What the fuck does that mean?
That means he sits in his fucking house and picks his nose and wipes his ass.
Exactly. He would be in jail for life.
You can't go to a park. You can't go to a mall. I mean, basically, you got to have an adult accompany you all the time. And that's what they do now. That way, they can get you for breach.
Yeah.
Okay? Because all he's got to do is go to the mall by himself to buy a pair of jeans or get his medication at Walmart site. And someone sees him out there nose, and they call the cops.
Yeah.
And boom. The cops come and he's arrestable for breach.
So is that what they do now? Take people with mental illness.
It don't matter.
They say summary count. Then they tell the judge, we're going to give them a lifetime, not allowed to be around children. And next thing you know, he's going to be sentenced to life. And if he dies behind bars, under the privacy issue, we can't say how he died. What the fuck is going on?
Justice. I'm not saying it's the right justice or the fair justice. I'm saying it's justice. As New Brunswick knows it.
As New Brunswick knows it.
As New Brunswick knows it. And it's not so much that... The problem is... Nobody cares. And the reason nobody cares is because of the offense that he's up on. He would be better chance if he was up on a murder charge, if he was up on an armed robbery charge. But due to he's up on a sexual offense, nobody cares. As far as they're concerned, throw him in jail, throw away the key.
He has a mental illness.
Nobody cares about that. I just told you that. Due to the fact that he's up on a sexual offense charge, nobody cares. Nobody will want him around.
His first offense, and he's fucked for life.
His first offense when he got charged the first time.
Yeah. But the first time he had no prior record until May. And he decided to change into a holy bastard.
But
okay.
Here's what I'm going at, okay? If there was not a second girl had come forth, he probably would have walked out of that courthouse Friday.
That's right. You made a prediction. And you said time served.
Because most times...
That's right, Howard Jerkface. You're wrong.
I am wrong.
You're wrong.
But most times is they don't get a lot of time for a sexual offense due to the age of the girl. Basically, she was a willing participant. It's just she was too young to be a willing participant.
Yeah, we saw that.
So if it had been just the one girl, he probably would have got time served for whatever he did in remand. And I think he's been there like 2 months.
Just for the record, the cops always trying to push me on something. I don't support what he did.
I'm not saying you support what he did.
I don't, but I'm just saying for the record, because a lot of idiots and cops that listen to these goddamn videos, they need to get a life. He has a mental illness. Bottom line is mental illness.
But you know what?
And it's Julian Dixon, the most racist judge.
I don't know.
I had no dealing with him. Well, look at a homeless guy. Well, you're born here? No, I'm not. Born in Minto. Well, I'm giving you 24 hours to leave the city. And plus, he put me in jail because I wouldn't sign papers not to go across the Westmoreland Bridge. He's an idiot. So that guy is going to decide his fate. Yeah. And then he'll have no way to appeal because he has a mental illness, no money. He probably might die behind bars.
He might. Chances are he won't. He's got a better chance of walking out than he does dying behind bars. But here's the thing, okay? With the mental illness, he's better off to go to jail. I'm not saying prison, okay? I'm saying jail, as in local jail. You know,
There's no help for them there.
no, but that's not my point. Here's my point. If they don't send him to jail or don't send him to prison, the only other option they got is to send him to Camilton.
Yeah.
And if you go to Camilton under a mental illness,
Yeah.
and I say Camilton because I don't know if there's any other mental hospitals around.
Restigouche. Yeah.
Anyway, he may never walk out of there.
No.
They'll just keep him drugged, and he could be there until he's fucking 60
Yeah.
before they deem him eligible for release. So, in one hand, he's got a mental illness, and he got in trouble with the law over it, and they're looking at giving him prison time. I don't think he's going to get prison time. I think he's going to get 2 years less a day. Because if he gets 2 years plus a day, he goes to prison.
Maybe this thing, he's going to be in court.
I think he's going to get about 18 months.
He's going to be in court.
Somewhere between 18 months and 24 months.
He's going to be. Your first prediction was wrong, so you're not.
No, I don't think the judge.
No.
I don't think the judge is going to give him prison time.
The judge is an idiot. Now, Mark.
I don't know the judge.
I know him, Richard Dixon. He's an idiot, a racist idiot at that. Now, I talked to him. He was hanging around King's Place, and really, I pushed him aside and I said, "Listen, are you afraid that what people here might think all the so-called punks? You might get hurt that you had an affair with a young 14-year-old." And trust me, he looked at me like, oh, I explained to them like really, he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do, in his mind, he didn't do nothing wrong.
That's right. That's what I'm telling you. He was operating at the age, and if you read the article in the Daily Gleaner,
Fredericton Irving paper.
Whatever. If you read the article, the Crown prosecutor, his lawyer said the same thing. I mean, they're not in disagreement on it. He's operating at the same mental mentality as the girl. The only thing is the actual date of birth. His actual date of birth makes him 21, 22.
Yeah.
And her actual date of birth makes her 14, which which breaks the law.
Yeah. Okay, we know.
But mentally,
yeah.
he operates at the same age as that 14-year-old girl. And I'm not saying it makes it right or makes it wrong. I'm not condoning it or I'm not discondoning what he did. But what I'm saying is, due to he operates at that age, and that's according to the Crown prosecutor, that's according to the psychiatric evaluation, and that's according to his lawyer.
But he didn't get a proper lawyer.
Listen, I think he's got a fucking good lawyer.
Dara, whatever is it, Dara?
Listen, most times when you have...
Show me that for a minute.
Most times when you have legal aid, usually they don't fight for you like Ed Dare is fighting for him. Ed Dare is actually fighting to keep him out of prison. Most legal aid lawyers don't care. They plead you guilty and forget about you.
Is it possible that...
So I think Ed Dare is actually going out of his way to give this young fella...
is it possible that they got together and they said, we're going to scare the shit out of him?
Maybe that's what he needs.
That he won't, not allowed, he's asking around. What does that mean? Not allowed to be around children.
Listen, there's a whole bunch of scenarios that you go with.
For the rest of my life. What does that mean? Then they explain that to him. Maybe they'll scare the shit out of him until March 31st.
Listen, there's a whole bunch of scenarios that you can go with. Maybe they're scaring the shit out of him. Maybe he's just playing the system.
How?
I don't know. I'm just saying you can go with a whole bunch of scenarios.
He's not playing fuck all. He doesn't know.
No, I'm not saying he does. I'm just saying if you're going to play the scenario that they're trying to scare the shit out of him, they can play the scenario back. Well, maybe he's just playing the system. Maybe his mental illness is not as bad as he lets on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it is or isn't. I'm just saying there's many scenarios that you can go with. But he also admitted that he knew he was doing wrong.
Yeah, he did.
And
so the worst thing is you don't admit to nothing.
That is what's really hurting him, is when they picked him up and arrested him, not just the first time, but the second time.
And those cops, they're like
Yeah, but the cops didn't put words in his mouth. He said, I know I was doing wrong.
Hey, buddy, Matt Myers. Hey, buddy, how you doing, buddy?
I don't know.
Even buy him an ice cream. Fuck.
Well, maybe they bought him ice cream. Maybe they brought him a banana split. I don't know.
Yeah, you know.
All I'm saying is, he said he knew he was doing wrong, but he couldn't control himself.
One thing is certain, I'll be there March 31st in that courtroom. I gotta find out when.
But I don't agree with what they're trying to do to him. I think they're being a little harsh. I agree with Ed Derrick.
A little harsh?
No, I think he should get about 6 months.
A little harsh? Lifetime? Can't even get out of your house for life?
That's standard procedure
With
now.
a mental illness?
That's standard procedure.
That's like me, putting me in a fucking house for life.
Yep.
ADHD.
That's standard procedure for a sexual offense now. They put you on the DNA database. It's not just him. It's anyone gets charged for a sexual offense.
Why do we have mental illness anyway?
I don't know. Why do we have ADHD? Because when I was a kid, there was no ADHD. And if you did have ADHD, you got a slap on the fucking ass. And that straightened you out. You didn't go to the doctor to get fucking medication and get fucking disability rates on welfare.
I know. I had so many fist fights. Again, I can't count them. I'll say by the bell. Okay.